Hello everyone, I'm making another video. This one is about the tribulation and why I believe it's coming soon. So anyway, I'll let you stare at this picture while I tell you exactly how it went down for me. So a recap, when I was a kid, I saw a vision of what looked like a nuclear war, a world being destroyed, starting with the Middle East. Well, I wasn't much of a follower of the Bible, so I didn't know much about what end times brought or anything. So anyway, fast forward to now. Um, there's an area where I drive that I've witnessed some miraculous things. I and I listen very closely when I ask questions in that area, and I do get answers, which is just amazing. Well, anyway, I was driving through there, and I was having a discussion with the other occupant in my car at the time, and we were discussing, when all this is supposed to happen because they knew about what I experienced when I was a kid, and they said, okay, when is this supposed to happen? I thought in my head, I wish I knew, and she said, what did you say, May? And I've never mentioned that month to her whatsoever. And granted, this happened in this area where I've witnessed some miraculous things. So anyway, at the time, she said the month, and it made me think to look at my phone to see what the date was, and it was February 5th. So I made a mental note of it. So anyway, I'm we're driving the next day, and I was kind of thinking to myself, okay, you gave me May, but what is, am I right? Was my assumption right? And I never said the date to the occupant. Well, same occupant, same area, and she started making a conversation about it, and she said, say it happens May 5th. What then? So I made a note of that as well, because it was like, that's what I thought, and then she confirmed it after I was asking, can I get a little more information? So then that happened. Then I found out that the basically the tribulation starts with people being taken. So people just being, just disappearing, and then that's when everything starts to crack off. So anyway, look at this photo. Look at the date down here. It says May 3rd of 2016. This is a year ago. This is a trap cam that was taken at my parents' house, where some miraculous things have occurred. The strange lights that used to show up would actually come right in this area, right over the shoulder of this. This looks like a bird, like really close. So my parents' trap cam is sitting on the back corner of the house, and it's watching the field because there's deer and coyotes and stuff that come through there. And my dad likes to, see the pictures of them. Well, so this bird is dive bombing my parents' house. It looks like in the picture, and I never found a dead bird or anything there. So, this bird flew down to get its picture taken. We've never gotten anything like this before. But forget this. What is this strange thing that just kind of comes out of nowhere? And then there's this part here, and you can see through it. Now, so I started to dismiss it as the bird's wing as he's coming in, and maybe that's a motion blur. But if you saw this, I don't know how clear it's coming up on the camera, but it kind of looks like tentacles, like the little suction cups on tentacles around here. So that's kind of interesting in itself. And we've never caught a bird, and it's kind of funny because the deer in the area have kind of just lately been staying away. There hasn't been any deer there wasn't any deer on the trap cam really between this point and where it's filled up. So that was definitely interesting. I'm going to check the trap cam again next time I go out to my parents' house, just to see if it catches anything else weird. So anyway, I'm getting off subject. Um, so then I find my watch, the watch that I'm talking about. And when I found the watch, something made me think to make note of the time difference between the watch and my cell phone. And it was 44 minutes. Now, so May 5th, I believe everything's going to crack off. That's when just all hell's going to break loose on Earth. And I believe the area that I live in is going to be destroyed in the initial attack. And that's why this is very important for you guys to hear. So anyway, 12:01, I know you can't see it through that very well. And then also something made me make note of the moon. So this is 12:01 p.m. Now in the Bible it says that God will come like a thief in the night. So something made me make note of the fact that the trap camera has the moon cycle here. So that's just, simply my thought process. This is a theory, granted, but if I was a betting man, I would probably put money on this theory being pretty good. Just given the weirdness of this photo, the fact that the watch was 44 minutes off. Now, granted, you can't have a watch show a 44-hour time difference, and and even in the Bible, some of the time frames are a little off. Like it might say like 3 months, but it lasted 3 weeks. But the thing is the three, the point of three. Now, so if you fast forward from midnight on May 3rd, if you fast forward 44 hours, that's when I believe that this area is going to be destroyed. And I've told all my friends and stuff to, when things happen, to go here. Now, I'm thinking that the tribulation is going to be our actual sign. So if people just disappear and you don't know where they are, that's a sign to get to safety. Because I know that where my parents live is safe. A lot of you that I've spoken to personally know what the game plan is, but I feel like you keep an eye on this date. And then I think May 5th is actually when the destruction happens. Now, here's another thing that kind of solidifies that May 5th is the destruction. So at the time that I only had May 5th as the day, in between then and now, I've found Jesus, and the strange thing happened right after I found Jesus. So I had the jubilation, I was like, yes, I'm so pumped up. I feel whole again. Then I hear faintly in my ear what sounded like an air raid siren, and I'm thinking in my head like, oh my God, is it happening now? I'm like, I just found you, and then you're gonna drop a bomb on me, and I can't even get going. I can't even do work, So anyway, I hear a faint air raid siren, and it actually made me run outside because the military base is literally right down the road, and I didn't hear it anymore. So that was only something I heard in my house. Then a couple minutes later, I'm walking down the hallway, and I don't know what the time frame was between the air raid siren and actually seeing what looked like a nuclear bomb, like just flash in my vision for a second. Now, I don't know if anyone's seen Fight Club, but he does something that kind of just pops an image on the screen for like a second. That's kind of how it was in my vision. I was wide awake when it happened, and it just popped in my eyes for like a second. And I don't know, it just kind of, it kind of alarmed me because it was like, okay, now what was that about? And then I find this picture that's, May 3rd, and then there's the 44-minute time frame between the watch, and then if you turn that 44 minutes into 44 hours, you get May 5th. So, if you watched yesterday's video and you believe that the Holy Ghost is speaking through me, that I really am trying to save you guys. I'm trying to do what's right. I'm trying to save us, guys. I don't care if you guys think I'm crazy, but please take into mind what I'm telling you. I mean, look at this picture. I mean, this picture is strange. There's never been anything strange like this caught on that camera. That camera works fine. In fact, this was one of the first pictures I pulled off of that camera, and the rest of them were fine. There was nothing weird about the other pictures. So just take this picture into account. You know? I mean, it's just, I mean, if you truly believe that Jesus is speaking through me, then it's time to get saved. And if the tribulation happens and you're still struggling to find God, I know you'll believe me because I won't be around. I know when it's time to go, I'm going. I ask God, please, what do I need to do to prevent my son from seeing this? And I've been doing as I've been asked. And I just want to show this to you guys as a warning, just to let you know that something bad is coming, and I know that. And if you read your Bible, if you match it up to that NASA document that I told you guys about in a previous video, and I've also dropped it off at my friend's house for them to review. If you guys believe that stuff, start researching the similarities between some of the weapons they're going to unleash on the population and some of the things that are depicted in the Bible. The time is coming near, guys, and I'm telling you. And I really believe that I was put on this earth to warn you guys, to try and save as many people as I can. And I am trying so hard. I just hope that you guys are starting to believe me by now. Anyway, that's the video for today. Have a great day, and God bless you all.